Finish the statement. It makes me proud that my school.
It makes me proud that my school accepts diversity and embraces everybody's individuality.
What's the most important thing that happens at the Early Middle College at Bennett?
The most important thing that happens at the Early Middle College at Bennett is the promise ceremony. This gives teachers, parents, and students the opportunity to get on one accord. At this ceremony, everyone makes promises to dedicate themselves to success. The promise ceremony allows everyone to get on one accord, demonstrate success, and buy into our education.
Finish the statement. I want the community to know this about my school.
I want the community to know that my school gives every student the opportunity to be college ready upon graduation.
Finish the statement. I want the community to know this about my school.
I want the community to know that this faculty and staff will do anything to support our learning and our success in the future.
Finish the statement. The most important thing that happens in my school is.
The most important thing that happens in my school is that we are allowed to take college credits that will go towards our college education.
Finish the statement. One thing I wish my teacher knew is.
One thing I wish my teacher knew is how much she has impacted my life for the future.
Finish the statement. It makes me proud that my school.
It makes me proud that my school gives me so many opportunities to learn and further myself through education.
Finish the statement. It makes me proud that my school.
It makes me proud that my school celebrates culture and diversity. Being that I am from a different culture, I am able to show off my different cultural aspects.
Finish the statement. It makes me proud that my school.
It makes me proud that my school values teacher-student relationships and that we can talk with them outside the classroom about personal issues and that they go to their way to make sure that we have everything we need to be successful and they respect us and we respect them.
Do you feel like your culture is accepted here at Bennett?
No. And my reason for saying no is because sometimes I feel like I'm not accepted as well as others because for one thing, when I think differently, I reason differently, I see things differently. What might be acceptable for others might not be acceptable for me in my culture. What might be funny for others might not be funny for me. And when you're in that type of situation, you feel like you are shunned by others, or it seems like you're standing alone because can no one relate to you. So that's why my answer to that question is no, because I could see where sometimes I feel like I'm being shunned, because, from a different culture, and sometimes people just don't understand me and this is just the way I am.
Okay. Do you feel like you have an outlet for your interest at Bennett?
Yes, because as a former Bennett Belle, Bennett has always been a school that will have produced strong black women, and I would love to see that continue. I would like to see the pride, the self-pride still here, the same way it has been over the past years. Bennett students have always developed a sisterhood type of environment. It's like a family, and I would love to see that I would like to push for that and to promote that. The pride that Bennett College has always had, pride in their culture, pride for self, and pride in their community. Um, Bennett has always produced not only strong black women, but women who are empowered. You know, Bennett strive to produce leaders, and that will be my outlet for this school. That's my interest, is to see those traditions continue.
How do you incorporate your culture into your teaching?
Okay, first of all, they both come together. You cannot have language without culture. You cannot have culture without language. So just about maybe sometimes weekly or sometimes daily, after every unit in the textbook, you know, there's always something culture to talk about. So I will go into detail with that with the students, about the way of life of these people, the way they see things, how they do things, celebrations. I always try to, whenever there's a holiday coming around, I would try to explain to my students, you know, in various countries, how they celebrate these different holidays in comparison to how they celebrate them in their own culture. You know, and I also have activities, you know, at the end of maybe 2 or 3 times a semester, where students have to really prove to me what they have learned in the classroom about culture, whether they have to give an oral presentation, do a skit, or something like that. But culture is something that I really put a lot of emphasis on in my classroom, because these are things that students need to know. You know, and when you understand the culture, you understand the people or the language much better.
What do you identify yourself as?
I identify myself as a strong black woman. You know, someone who has goals, someone who has dreams, someone with pride. I'm a person with pride and dignity, and I will consider myself as a person who will go the extra mile. I enjoy working with young people. I'm a person who came to this country with a mission, and that mission was to touch the lives of mostly young girls. I always felt like I had a lot to offer. I don't think I am through yet. I think there's a lot more for me to do, and my mission is just about complete. But I am determined. I am a go-getter, and I will go until the job is done.
What's your favorite tradition in your culture?
Okay, my favorite tradition in my culture has always been the way we celebrate religious holidays. Um, we do it differently, and it is so meaningful. And I try to, even though I'm away from my home, I try to really carry on those traditions, because in my household, coming from a family that was pretty much religious, we really spend a lot of time on celebrating these religious holidays the way our culture has been set, have been thought, you know, to celebrate. So in my opinion, just the religious holidays, the way we celebrate them, those are my favorite traditions. And along with those celebrating the holidays, the traditional meals that come along with those celebrations, what we eat, you know, and the different gatherings with the family. So the celebrations of religious holidays, to me, is really my favorite tradition in my culture.